Hello everyone, I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking the mode abilities in Peroxide. Enjoy watching. Roblox Peroxide offers versatile Shikai options, with none considered outright bad and success achievable with the right build. However, Explosion tends to be overlooked in PvP due to its predictable skill and common usage. While players often opt for other choices in PvP scenarios, Explosion remains a viable and effective option in PvE gameplay. As one of Peroxide's common Shikai elements, Explosion's Bankai passive introduces strategic elements such as falling detonation wisps, a transformed counter into an up tilt, and an explosive bonus after a wallbang, adding an extra layer of depth to the gameplay experience. As a result, I'm placing Explosion in the C tier. Wind, often underestimated, proves its worth by competing even with S-tier Shikai. Despite its common rarity similar to Explosion, Wind offers extensive options, particularly in PvP scenarios. Its skill grants excellent mobility and, when wielded adeptly, can inflict substantial damage. As one of the common Shikai elements available to Soul Reapers in Peroxide, Wind's Bankai passives enhance gameplay with a double jump and a 1.25x damage boost during air combos, showcasing its versatility and strategic advantages for savvy players. As a result, I'm placing Wind in the B tier. This exceptional Shikai is versatile for use in any mode. Its powerful skills inflict substantial damage over a wide radius, requiring a well-crafted build for maximum impact. Although Fire could potentially reach S-tier status, the dominance of other Shikais prevents it from claiming the top spot. As one of the rare Shikai elements available to Soul Reapers in Peroxide, Fire's Bankai form introduces a special M2 attack, shattering the ground beneath the opponent and passively spawning exploding skeletons around them. These skeletons detonate upon contact with an enemy, and each M1 attack triggers burn damage, adding a strategic layer to its offensive capabilities. As a result, I'm placing Fire in the B tier. Gravity, once among the top Shikai in Peroxide, has now shifted to the A tier due to recent nerfs. While the damage from rocks has been reduced and the gravity field's benefits are less pronounced, Gravity still boasts considerable damage, making it a contender worth considering. As one of the rare Shikai elements available to Soul Reapers, Gravity's Bankai passive introduces an asteroid belt causing passive damage to nearby opponents. Users also gain access to a special heavy attack for creating spikes and a unique counter move within the gravity field, allowing them to lift and slam rocks into their adversaries. Despite adjustments, Gravity retains its strategic value within the Peroxide gaming experience. As a result, I'm placing Gravity in the A tier. Even though Clone is categorized as a rare Shikai, it stands out as one of the most effective and frustrating abilities to contend with. Engaging in battle against a clone user is challenging and exhausting, often prompting players to opt for avoidance. One effective countermeasure is a skill that compels the clone to replicate the player's last attack, Bankai included. Available as one of the rare Shikai elements for Soul Reapers, Clone, in its Bankai state, provides users with a passive ability, enabling the creation of 4 false clones instead of the usual 2, enhancing its deceptive prowess on the field. As a result, I'm placing Clone in the S tier. Lightning, a legendary Shikai in Peroxide, stands out as one of the most formidable, warranting caution when facing wielders of this power. Its unique teleportation skill facilitates effortless execution of high-damage combos, albeit at the cost of the player's health. Despite this drawback, Lightning remains a top-tier choice, offering unparalleled strength. In its Bankai state, Lightning unveils compelling passives, including 2 custom counters and an E ability. The first counter, activated during an opponent's attack on your block, launches them into the air with a powerful suplex. The second counter, triggered in a defensive stance when not under attack, delivers an even more forceful suplex, propelling adversaries higher. Additionally, during Bankai, pressing or holding the E key enables a dash through opponents, dealing damage in the process. Achieving mastery in both Shikai and Bankai transforms Lightning into a vivid purple hue, symbolizing the depth and prowess of this extraordinary ability in the Peroxide gaming experience. As a result, I'm placing Lightning in the S tier, introducing another legendary Shikai, Glacier, renowned for its straightforward learning curve and versatile skill set. Whether engaged in PvP or PvE, players can enjoy a comfortable gaming experience with Glacier, featuring excellent control and slowdown capabilities, particularly advantageous in 1v1 situations. Among the legendary Shikai elements available to Soul Reapers in Peroxide, Glacier's Bankai passive introduces several distinctive abilities. Users can employ a special M2 attack, launching a ranged ice arrow, while a subtle ice path forms beneath their feet, impeding the movement of those who step on it. In addition to these features, users gain access to a special counter move involving lifting and forcefully slamming adversaries over their shoulder. Another unique custom move unfolds when users activate a counter while not under attack, manifesting a red circle that triggers a dramatic cutscene upon impact. Following the cutscene, users can utilize their M2 to slam opponents forcefully into the ground, adding a cinematic flair to Glacier's already impressive repertoire. As a result, I'm placing Glacier in the S tier. Astra, a common resurrection available to Arrancar and Peroxide, provides players with a passive buff. This buff allows players, upon pressing G in Astra Segunda, to coat their weapons in Astral, causing M1 attacks to scale off the Spirit stat instead of the Strength stat. Additionally, users gain a custom counter, and they become immune to debuffs while in Segunda form, enhancing their combat capabilities. As a result, I'm placing Astra in the C tier. Music, a common resurrection available to Arrancar and Peroxide, introduces an intriguing dynamic to gameplay. Players receive a passive buff based on the color of the notes beneath their feet. A red note provides a damage buff, while blue notes offer a Reiatsu region buff. Stepping on green notes boosts health, and purple notes enhance the potency of all abilities, applying substantial debuffs to enemies. What adds a strategic twist is the color transition with each dash, prompting players to adapt their tactics and capitalize on the dynamically changing buffs provided by the music resurrection. As a result, I'm placing music in the B tier. Beast, a common resurrection accessible to Arrancar and Peroxide, brings a formidable Segunda form with a distinctive passive buff. In this state, the user's attacks inflict heavy bleeding on opponents, emphasizing the primal and savage nature of Beast. Players are encouraged to activate their inner instincts, deftly dodging incoming attacks. With razor-sharp claws, they can execute swift lunges to multi-slice adversaries into the air. The Resurrection enables a relentless barrage of claws, turning enemies into pieces. The culmination involves cutting down opponents and unleashing a savage combo in the sky, showcasing the ferocity and dominance inherent in the Beast Resurrection. As a result, I'm placing Beast in the B tier. Vessel, a rare resurrection available to Arrancar and Peroxide, introduces a diverse set of 4 moves predominantly scaling with strength. Players wielding Vessel receive a passive buff, granting them a custom dash that inflicts damage, a complete custom M1 combo, a custom M2, a custom uppercut, and a custom counter. With the activation of Vessel, players can unleash the Fallen Ones, invoking a nightmarish presence that creeps out to gnaw on its victims. The Resurrection enables the summoning of jaws from these fallen entities, creating a relentless and formidable attack. Holding a blade forged from hatred, players can execute slashes infused with utter rage. The uppercut move in Segunda form elevates both the player and their adversary into the air, with accompanying snakes following, adding an additional layer of intensity to the Vessel Resurrection. As a result, I'm placing Vessel in the A tier. Acceleration, categorized as a rare resurrection in Peroxide, presents Arrancar players with a distinctive passive buff, a custom counter move. This resurrection opens the door to dynamic combat possibilities. Users can swiftly dash towards opponents, delivering rapid sword strikes with unparalleled speed. Alternatively, executing a high-speed dash past adversaries enables the delivery of hundreds of strikes. Another option includes a Godspeed dash forward, capable of freezing all who cross the player's path in time. Furthermore, acceleration offers the unique ability to manipulate time, accelerating it for the user. While this inflicts constant damage, it significantly enhances running speed, providing a blend of agility and temporal manipulation for strategic and swift engagements. As a result, I'm placing Acceleration in the A tier. Chaos, classified as a legendary resurrection in Peroxide, bestows Arrancar players with a powerful passive buff in Segunda Etapa known as Fissure. This enhancement transforms M1 attacks, utilizing 12.5% of the player's spirit stat as scaling. Additionally, it incorporates unique mechanics, allowing players to steal 3% 5% of the opponent's Reiatsu and their mode charge by 1% 5% upon hitting them with M1S. In the chaos of battle, players can summon a Scythe of Pure Destruction, swinging it forth to create a pillar of chaos upon contact with an enemy. This devastating maneuver launches affected foes into the air, amplifying the impact of chaos. Moreover, players can focus chaotic energy into their bodies, increasing both health and damage output. Another strategic option involves forming a small ball of chaotic energy in the palm, firing it off to pull nearby targets in upon contact and causing a powerful explosion. Chaos Resurrection, with its Fissure buff, introduces a dynamic and formidable dimension to combat in Peroxide. As a result, I'm placing Chaos in the S tier. Manifest, identified as a legendary resurrection in Peroxide, grants Arrancar players a distinctive passive buff that spawns a shield. Additionally, this resurrection provides extra abilities, such as shooting an AK-47 when knocking someone back, causing an anvil to slam down on opponents during a down slam, and the ability to grab orbs from a personal dimension, obtaining random abilities not currently equipped. The arsenal of Manifest unfolds with strategic options, allowing players to summon a bolt-action sniper rifle for long-range encounters or a shotgun for close-range engagements. Creating blades emerging from the ground becomes an effective tactic to launch targets into the air, while manifesting a motorcycle from the mind offers a powerful charge against enemies. In summary, Manifest enhances gameplay in Peroxide by offering diverse and potent abilities to Arrancar players. As a result, I'm placing Manifest in the S tier. Odyssey, a common shrift for Quincy in Peroxide, introduces the Odyssey Vollständig passive with distinctive features. Players gain a custom dash providing iframes during the dash, enhancing evasive maneuvers. Additionally, a special counter is granted, launching opponents into the air for strategic follow-up attacks. The abilities of Odyssey unfold with strategic options. Shooting a wormhole arrow upward and swiftly slamming down onto opponents, employing an aimable wormhole arrow to teleport and executing a light-speed blitz near its landing spot, sending foes flying and burrowing into wormhole portals to attack, propelling both players and opponents upwards. Odyssey enriches Quincy gameplay in Peroxide with a dynamic set of abilities that enhance mobility and provide strategic advantages. As a result, I'm placing Odyssey in the B tier. Duality, one of the common shrifts available to Quincy in Peroxide, introduces the Duality Vollständig passive, incorporating distinctive mechanics into the Quincy's arsenal. This passive activates with actions such as dashing or executing a heavy attack, M2, spreading ink around the Quincy. The ink serves a dual purpose, enhancing the damage of their moves and providing a defensive benefit. Standing in the ink reduces damage taken by 50%. Tactically, players can shoot ink onto the floor to augment the damage of other duality moves. The suite of duality abilities includes the option to engulf oneself in light and charge at the enemy. Infusing this move with ink results in heightened damage and extended range. Additionally, players can shoot out an arrow of light that explodes into a beam upon impact with the ground. Infusing this arrow with ink elevates both its damage and range. In Peroxide, duality enhances the Quincy gameplay by intertwining ink manipulation with light-based attacks, offering a versatile set of offensive and defensive capabilities. As a result, I'm placing duality in the B tier. Vermin, categorized as a rare shrift within Peroxide's Quincy arsenal, introduces the Vermin Vollständig passive, featuring distinctive enhancements. This passive feature grants Quincy players the ability to recover 30% of their health upon gripping somebody with Vollständig. Alongside this, players gain access to a custom counter and a specialized M2 move that propels the user into the air before forcefully slamming them into the ground. The set of vermin abilities offers a range of strategic options. Summoning a swarm of bugs actively pursues the nearest enemy in the Quincy's line of sight. Executing an aerial maneuver involves leaping into the air and firing 3 hornet stingers downward, complemented by a soft stomp. Additionally, utilizing a black hook created from the palm, firing it toward enemies, and pulling them closer to the Quincy. In Peroxide, Vermin enriches the Quincy gameplay experience by combining health regeneration, aerial assaults, and insect-themed attacks, providing a well-rounded set of offensive and defensive capabilities. As a result, I'm placing Vermin in the S tier. Apocalypse, a rare shrift in Peroxide for Quincy players, introduces the potent Apocalypse Vollständig passive. In Vollständig form, all moves automatically execute players, enhancing the offensive capabilities significantly. The dash ability summons Dark Hands to actively attack nearby opponents, providing a strategic advantage. The M2 move introduces a death toll mechanic, afflicting opponents with a skull-adorned bell. After 20 seconds, the bell rings, stunning opponents upon receiving hits during this period. This nuanced element adds depth to engagements, requiring timing and precision. Other abilities include a backward jump with a poisonous arrow, leaving behind a venomous fog. The forward dash aggressively grasps the enemy, dragging their face across the ground before a forceful slam. An aggressive stomp sends shockwaves, staggering enemies. In Peroxide, Apocalypse enhances Quincy gameplay with auto-execution, debuffs, and impactful maneuvers. As a result, I'm placing Apocalypse in the A tier. Eidolon, classified as a rare shrift in Peroxide for Quincy, introduces the potent Eidolon Vollständig passive. In this state, every M1 burns opponents, rendering them unable to break your block while under the burning effect. Additionally, a custom dash becomes accessible, enhancing mobility and defensive capabilities. The set of Eidolon abilities includes shooting an arrow that detonates into a pillar, launching the target upward before being slammed down by a phantom towards you. Another skill involves creating a field of pure darkness that drains life from those within it, replenishing your own. Furthermore, firing down a phantom that shoots arrows at the closest target creates a returning ghost, generating a beam that propels enemies towards you. In Peroxide, Eidolon enriches Quincy gameplay with a combination of burning effects, defensive utility, and strategic offensive maneuvers. As a result, I'm placing Eidolon in the A tier. Forest, distinguished as one of the legendary shrifts available to Quincy in Peroxide, introduces the formidable Forest Vollständig passive. This passive feature, known as the Hell Spirit, provides healing benefits when utilizing Hell Spirit to strike an opponent. Moreover, when subjected to an opponent's ability, the Quincy receives a healing effect proportionate to the damage inflicted by the opposing ability. The set of Forest abilities encompasses a custom counter move where the Quincy grabs the opponent, summoning a pillar of yellow light that culminates in a powerful explosion, dealing significant damage to the adversary. Another skill involves summoning the power of forest snakes to strike the foe with a ranged attack, showcasing versatility in Quincy offensive strategies. Additionally, the Quincy can send a forest snake toward the enemy, grabbing them and triggering a massive explosion. Another intriguing move includes summoning a forest snake behind the Quincy, allowing the snake to maw an opponent in close proximity. In Peroxide, Forest elevates Quincy gameplay with a blend of healing mechanics, powerful counters, and strategic ranged attacks. As a result, I'm placing Forest in the S tier. Oasis, identified as one of the legendary shrifts accessible to Quincy in Peroxide, introduces the noteworthy Oasis Vollständig passive. This unique feature enhances mobility by transforming jumping into a bunny hop, concurrently granting immunity to further burn damage. Additionally, a custom counter move is bestowed, specifically effective within the floodgates of paradise. The acquisition of Oasis holds a 1% chance with each shrift reroll, adding an element of rarity and anticipation. The Quincy's arsenal of abilities includes shooting an arrow composed of lost tides, which upon impact generates Oasis elementals. These ethereal entities pursue an enemy before bursting upon proximity, offering strategic offensive opportunities. Another skill involves wrapping the blade in lost tides, swinging it upward to create an unstoppable current that rises, affecting anything in its path, including the Quincy. Furthermore, the Quincy can imbue themselves with lost tides, generating a sensation of circular momentum. Subsequently, they can move forward, rending anything standing in their path in a flurry of tides. In Peroxide, Oasis enriches Quincy gameplay with a blend of enhanced mobility, defensive capabilities, and unique elemental attacks. As a result, I'm placing Oasis in the S tier. The video ends here. In your opinion, which is the best mode ability in Peroxide? Write in the comments and let's discuss. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.